In 1954, the same year that Tolkien began publishing Lord of the Rings, 3 volumes, 6 books, C.S. Lewis published The Magician's Nephew, in which the wonder of creating a fantastic world could be experienced through the sound of music. Lewis and Tolkien were actually both part of the same writing group called the Inklings that met outside of Oxford, where they both worked as professors of medieval literature and culture. According to Encyclopedia Britannica, Tolkien explained the name, the Inklings, as a pun, meaning that both people with vague or half-formed intimations and ideas, and those who dabble in ink, thus doubly suitable for a group of writers discussing works in progress. Through decades of exchanging ideas about writing, both parallels and conversations are implicit in the works of these two writers. Music is one of those places that Lewis's work resonates with Tolkien's. And Howard Shore took the power of music to the next level, and as he transformed it for the epic fantasy score for the film. Music not only supports the live-action Lord of the Rings films, it's also a part of even the world building. How do the different soundtracks represent different groups, different places? Listen to the soundtracks from Jackson's Lord of the Rings that are included here below. What can you tell about the characters that are associated with these different musical themes? When are the themes used? What is their significance in the storytelling? The use of the Shire Hobbit theme music as a world-building and storytelling device is especially significant, as the hobbits are these sort of unexpected heroes of the novel. And so when that music is coming out, it's reflecting back on the heroic in a distinctive way. Consider this scene from the end of the Fellowship of the Rings. What does the Shire theme music indicate here? Excuse me, especially after minute 159. Music is the triumph of an ideology and an optimism that is distinctly created in Hobbit culture. Sam's faithful adherence to his beliefs that he learned in the Shire is becoming a catalyst for breaking a pattern of abuse and actually saving Middle-earth. And the music emphasizes the culture, the people who inspire this unlikely heroism as Sam is speaking. It's a stark contrast to the bleak music that had accompanied the raid on the stronghold across the river from Gondor, Osgiliath. In Music, Myth, and Education, Estelle Jorgensen argues that music is this bridge of the external perceived phenomenal world and the internal subjective inner world, interrelating this experience through time and evoking a sense of wonder and awe that otherwise might be forgotten in Jackson's Lord of the Rings trilogy. This inner world is a source of mythic wonder, which is an important aspect of experiencing the fantastic. It's especially apparent at 4:18 here in this clip above, where Faramir changes his mind and releases the hobbits, embracing Sam's Shire reasoning and rejecting the laws of Gondor and his father, the king of Gondor, or steward of Gondor, who is part of this, who failed to destroy the ring 3,000 years ago. Some scholars have pointed out that in some ways Faramir is the human who best represents our ideal of the hero in the 21st century, where he's questioning traditional approaches to warfare and reconsidering the importance of the individual's life. Now, Sam's sense of the mythic wonder is explicitly shared with the listener, and the source of that inspiration is reflected in the theme song behind his words, supporting Jorgensen's analysis of the Lord of the Rings musical score. Now, look at this one on your own. We're at the end of all things. What does music mean in this scene? How does it relate to the overarching message of the book? And finally, for your week 7 activity, I want you to listen to the soundtrack in the Council of Elrond. And think about the way the soundtrack illustrates the collaboration of a diverse fellowship. Analyze the music by answering these questions in the discussion board. What is the music's purpose? How does it relate to the role of music in the film? How does it direct our attention to an image or shape our interpretation of an image or a scene? Does music create a sense of wonder, awe, or terror, or of the fantastic? And does it project an inner world into the film? Look forward to hearing your answers.